Welcome back to Skippers, presented by Owners Box Fantasy Sports. Today, week 3 waiver wire pickups. We're going to give you 6 guys, 3 from Jared, 3 from me, who we think you should target on the waiver wire for next week in fantasy baseball. Jared, your guys.
Yes, waiver wire pickups, obviously very important. This is how you win your leagues. But first, everyone, go subscribe and go join our Discord. We've been pretty active in the Discord, trying to get some conversation going, kind of more, I guess, what would you call it? More in-depth conversations.
Yeah, well, interactive, answering any questions about your leagues, kind of trade, stuff like that. And talk to other people. You don't need to talk to just us, but other people.
And we'll be giving these picks before the episode is released on the Discord, so you will want to join the Discord. So that goes into my pick. So we're going to go 3 each, and we're going to kind of rocket fire them. Then we're going to have a conversation about them. So my 3, I kind of went some in a higher percentage, and then middle, and then low. Not sure how you did it, Abe, but you can explain when you're up. But first, I got Steven Matz. He's been a popular waiver wire pickup. He's 46% rostered, and I think it's important that people actually go look and pick him up. He probably will be gone in most leagues, to be honest. But if he is in the odd league, depending on your format, obviously, I would go pick him up. I mean, everything was up speed-wise in his first start. He had his 95-mile-per-hour sinker, which was up a mile per hour, and he looked really good. I mean, lefty, he's probably SB2 now on the Jays, I would say. He looked like he can go deep into games, and I think a strong start by someone with a big frame like him, lefty throwing 95, I think he's definitely a guy that should be added to your lineup and could be a great addition. Second, Brandon Nimmo, 26% rostered, and then Dane Dunning, 11% rostered. So we'll talk about Brandon Nimmo first. Abe, what do you think of Brandon Nimmo? I think that he's a great option at 26% rostered.
I mean, yeah, you're picking up a guy with decent batted ball skills, a guy who's playing in a lineup who seems to be better. I mean, you're not looking for wins here when you're getting hitters, so I have no problem with Brandon Nimmo. I like him. I mean, he's going to have a chance to play in that outfield there, so Brandon Nimmo's fine.
Yeah, I think he's an average guy. Obviously, you can bump up your average, but his walk rate percentage has always been elite in the MLB, and his K percentage has been high the previous, not last year, but the previous 3 seasons. So it was interesting if he can carry that into 2021. It was 19.1% in 2019. So right now it's running at a 15% rate, obviously really early, but if he can keep that low and keep that walk rate up, he's extremely valuable in on-base percentage leagues and average leagues. And then Dane Dunning. This is a guy I drafted in one of my leagues, one of my deeper leagues. He's only 11% rostered after a very stellar start against the Blue Jays. I watched that game. I thought he had great command. He has a funky delivery. He does not throw very fast. That's for sure. But I do like his schedule. He's slated to play the Angels twice. Obviously, the Angels have some power, but they've proven they can get shut out against a good pitcher. And speed doesn't really make a difference with those guys in the lineup. Like you're not going to blow away Trout. That's just a point given. And then they play the Rays, so I like that based on their schedule. So I would pick up Dane Dunning and put him on your bench and just see if he continues the success.
Yeah, he was obviously a White Sox guy who got moved over here. So Dane Dunning, a little bit of prospect fatigue after he wasn't great kind of for the White Sox, but he's starting to show his prowess a little bit. Another big bodied guy, like obviously monitor him. He's not a must start player right yet, but a guy who keeps 2-3 more starts is a guy you want to put into your rotation on your fantasy team. So 3 good picks there. I'm going to get into my guys. I had a guy who was 28% rostered, 6% rostered, and 10% rostered. These are on different sites. I kind of took the lower ones to seem smarter. So if you guys wonder why I said those numbers, that's why. Go with my first guy, and that's Cedric Mullins of the Baltimore Orioles. 14 hits already as the Orioles leadoff hitter, 571 batting average on balls in play, good speed guy. Obviously, that won't hold up. Everyone knows that. But earlier in the year, you love to see that. 1 home run, 1 stolen base. Perfect guy to target in your deeper leagues. He had a good 25 games last year, too, after a disastrous 2019. So I think just building on that has been good for Cedric Mullins. 28% rostered in some of the sites. So that was one of my guys. Next guy, Yimi Garcia of the Miami Marlins. Fortunately, we seem to be wrong on Anthony Bass kind of this year. Tough start. Obviously, you can turn it around. He is making more money for the Marlins. So, like, they might give him a chance a little bit longer. But if you're struggling for saves in your leagues, I think Yimi Garcia is a guy you need to target. Anthony Bass has blown 2 saves in the first week of the season. And Yimi Garcia is the next guy up for sure in that bullpen. I think. Obviously, managers do some crazy things that we have no idea, but this one seems pretty clear cut that Yimi Garcia is the next guy up. He's only given up 2 hits in his 4 innings so far this year, giving up 1 earned run, 20% rostered on Yahoo, and 6% rostered on ESPN. Your thoughts on the Yimi Garcia and Anthony Bass situation, Jer?
Yeah, I think obviously I was big on Anthony Bass. He looks really good with the Jays, and he just hasn't been fitting in with the Marlins. But you know what? New team, it could be something like that where he's trying to fit in here. But I think the Marlins probably, like, you would think they have a short leash, but you never know. They might just keep riding him. I wouldn't be with how the closer situation is going right now in the MLB. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of split and maybe give Garcia now until Bass kind of regains his status there. But I still like Bass, but I think at this point you have to look elsewhere. Potentially down the line, Bass can be valuable. And then your Cedric Mullins pick. I mean, we were talking about this guy last year as a sleeper, that he was going to come into this Baltimore Orioles lineup and hit high up. And this year it's kind of like no one was talking about him this year. And then now he's playing well. And, that's a great waiver wire pick up there.
All right. Getting to my third guy. It's Colin Moran of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He built off his 2020 campaign was strong. He's continuing to build off that. Last year, 13.4% barrel rate and 47.2% hard hit rate. At draft time, there was fear that he's going to platoon with Todd Frazier, which is a guy you don't ever want on your team right now. So there was fear of that. That's why playing time concerns. But Todd Frazier's gone. He's the cleanup hitter for the Pittsburgh Pirates, who, if they have Ke'Bryan Hayes, you have a chance for RBI slots. If Ke'Bryan Hayes gets on base, he's going to steal bags. You have a chance. The Pittsburgh Pirates are terrible, but he has first base, second base, and third base eligibility in some of the sites there. So you can slot them in pretty much anywhere in those slots. You have corner infield slots or middle infield slots. You have the opportunity there. Only 10% roster in ESPN leagues and 21% owned in Yahoo leagues. Already hitting 280, 7 hits in 7 games. Deeper sleeper. This guy's not rostered in a lot of leagues, but some of you guys are in deeper leagues than even we are in. So we're trying to give you guys that I think are going to break out soon a little bit, good waiver wire pickups, and that's why I took Colin Moran of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, I remember last year he absolutely just kind of broke out for a spurt there, and he was on a tear, and everyone was picking him up. I mean, this guy does have power that is there. It's untapped. He's shown last year that he can hammer the ball and hit for power. So he's really in this Pirates lineup, they're kind of relying on this guy to get RBIs. And like you said, Ke'Bryan Hayes is coming back. So right now is probably the time to get him, I would say, because if he becomes more valuable with Hayes in the lineup, that's just a given. So I like your mentality on picking him up before Hayes comes back.
And it's another thing. It's something I've said in multiple episodes. Picking players on bad teams is always the ugly pick.
Yes.
Not many people want to do it, and it's a way you can help win your leagues. Look at Akil Baddoo, another guy we could have put on here, but he's breaking out like Yervin Mercedes. Those are 2 guys we could have put on here easily, but most people are going to say those. So obviously 2 guys to look out for as well. But just players that can break out on shitty teams, it's something like that. It's something to look at. But that's our waiver wire show for guys to pick up for week 3. Jer, any last notes?
Yeah, every Saturday we're going to be posting this waiver wire show. So make sure you comment who you guys like. Let's start a conversation. Let us know who you're picking up if you're picking up any of these guys. And yeah, let's ride.
Subscribe, join the Discord. Let's keep having some fun, more fantasy baseball. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next time.